Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Railway Empire 4 Crossing the Andes. We're on the second part now, the second task for this scenario, Coffee Barons here, and I need to start really taking care of the infrastructure we've already put in place. Now, as I said, this is my second attempt at recording this. The first time I tried this, I had a warehouse about here, but I brought it straight down and then split much closer into this line running along here, and I kind of clogged up this, and it was all done with single track stations as well, which made upgrading very, very tricky going forward. So to try and take the pressure off, I decided to go more aggressive and actually go with these multi-track stations right from the very beginning, and stretch these out on a much shallower approach. Because it means that we can potentially make this a faster run when we do eventually try and hook up there, because I get the feeling we might need to going forward. And then also coming down here, it helps free up the traffic on here, and with this the siding system we have for the platforms over here, it should turn the trains over at the joins pretty quickly, I think. So we'll see how that goes. Right, I need a supply tower over here to improve the speed of this train. How's that actually doing goods wise? Where is it? Oh, it's there. You can see how many it brought in. I also desperately need to put a repair area in, get a maintenance shed on one of these platforms, one of these stations. It won't cover everything, but it will at least cover the busiest ones. So I'm thinking Sao Paulo is going to be the one that we put the maintenance shed on first. That has a supply tower, doesn't it? Yes, it does. That's good. I want to try and double up the number of trains running on some of these lines as well. Start really hammering home how much money we can make on freight, because that is our main bread and butter. And we need to put in connection over here to our warehouse as well. We need to have that bend coming off here and then running down and joining somewhere on this bend over here. So there's a lot of money still to be spent. Let's start planning in our track join. So if I start there, I want to bring this across and I want to try and join this somewhere on this bend between signals. Where are my signals? There's a set there and there's a set there, so I'm thinking about there. So I need to try and get that joined there, like that. That works. And then I need to do the same over here. Put a join in. There we go. And that's a very long sweeping curve which cuts into the hill and then turns back around again. We're going to straighten that out quite dramatically. Like that. And again, it's cutting through the hill, so we'll raise it up a little bit. There we go. So that's going to cost me 53,500. We're not far off being able to do that. Break down there, which is not good. Let me check. How many cows do I actually have in here? Oh, quite a few. In which case, it might be beneficial for us to perhaps think about doubling that train. We'll think about it. What's the staff member over here? Oh, it's the headhunter, isn't it? Oh, he's expensive. And there's no guarantee that either of my competitors will actually have what I want to try and poach, so we won't do that. There's a bit of freight coming in, still not much meat traffic going across. Another train's broken down in bad condition. Let's again, just short still. You know what? I think this might be where I put my repair yard first, actually. and I think that's going to be the first thing I put in, simply because too many trains are breaking down. We really need to take care of those, because they're just going to start, you know, gunking up the entire line. Look, I've got that one broken down, but that's okay. This will give me enough money to actually put in my maintenance shed. And if we're quick enough, we might actually be able to get this train into maintenance before it goes back out again. If we get enough money. I hope we didn't make enough money. Oh, we got our first points. What have we got? Reduce the cost for personnel. Tempting. We do have a few personnel already. When selling used locomotives, depreciation goes down. I'm going to go with reduce costs. So our, you know, expenses are a little bit lower. Ooh, and there is that one. We'll bid on that. That's going to drop us down to about 50 grand, but we've got a few trains queued up waiting to go in, so hopefully we'll make that money back. Oh, he's broken down, look. He's now blocking off those lines. Sao Paulo. We'll build it in Sao Paulo. We're going to need to, because all of these trains will then be able to go in. There's more trains around here that need repairs than at the other end of the line. Come on, hurry up. Oh, don't tell me it's broken down again. That's ridiculous. Oh, come on. Alright, give me the money for the construction, and hopefully we can get it before the train queues out, so we can get it fixed. Alright, is that gone into maintenance? Yes, it's being serviced. Excellent. So now that train will be serviced. And now this train will be serviced. This one here in the middle, which I can't seem to select. There. That'll drop off, and then that'll be serviced. Excellent. So this is going to immediately improve the reliability of our service across, you know, freight, passengers, etc. This one's queuing up. This one can get serviced. Then this one can get serviced, and that'll help space those trains out a little bit better as well. As they go in, it'll put, you know, distance between them while one's being serviced before it turns around and goes out again. So, yeah, expensive, but necessary. Don't want a capital mine, which we can't afford. Sorry, you know, a capital mine, wait, a quarry of some kind. Can't afford it. Don't need it. Look how long it's taken to get those trains serviced. That's how long it's been since they were serviced. All breaking. Okay, one's gone out. There goes our freight train. There goes our first passenger train. This one will go in. Pull the next one up to there. This one will now get serviced, which will put some distance between that and the first one that's already gone out. And then this one will pull in and get serviced once that one's cleared the station. And then again, being serviced, we'll put some space between that and the one that's currently in there at the moment. And now our line should become more reliable. There we go. This one, if this needs a service. Random breakdown. It's ridiculous. I've just fixed it and we get a random breakdown instead. Right. I want to start running services on these as well, so we can start getting goods into the warehouse, which hopefully can start promoting growth between Sao Paulo and Curitiba. We've got until the end of 1902, so we have a little bit more time to play about with this time, but it's going to be very expensive. building the connection. And we're still paying off those bonds as well, those credit notes. Right, let's get the first bit of track that we placed built. And now let's plot out the other half of that. There we go. So that's going to be another 52,000. I'm going to need to signal those once they're done. I also want to duplicate this train. I want to clone that and start bringing in additional freight revenue. Freight is where the money is in this particular scenario. It's all about freight. Is Stoker going to help us? Oh, it is. It's going to improve reliability, and he gets a boost because of the... he gets on well with the security guard. Excellent stuff. Manage train. No. Rail line. Can I clone the train? Yes, I can. Excellent. So we're going to double up our services here. There you can see, there's the other one. And there's the one that's just left our station. So we'll get a faster turnaround and faster turnover of cows going into Sao Paulo. Which will bring in a lot more money, especially with the freight being worth so much more than passengers. Excellent stuff. Right, we're up to 60 grand again already. Let's put in the other connection there. Now I need to signal it. Now we already have our directional signals placed, so we just need to basically put in checkpoint symbols like this, because these are taking their cue from the lines that they're joining. So let's see, where's my signal break? It should be about here. There we go, and now we'll multi-signal this like so, all the way along the line. Excellent stuff. And I want to try and get a train. Not quite sure why it keeps putting those white patches on the lines like that. There we go. I want to put a train running from the warehouse over to Curitiba once we've got other goods getting brought in there. So let's look at getting some wood taken over to the warehouse. It's going to go in on that platform. Excellent stuff. Add a kit some wire. Not adding a security guard because there's no point. Now we do have a new security guard. So, which is the new train? I think it's this one. Yes. Add that. Oh, we've got two new security guards. Let's increase our freight revenue there. Has that one train already got one? Yes, it has. Not sure whether the freight train is. I think this train's already got one as well. It has. I do need a conductor if I'm quick. And if I'm lucky. It doesn't get on. Okay, never mind. But it'll improve the value on that train substantially, hopefully. Oh, I sold the other freight train, didn't I? That's why I can't find it. I forgot about that. Okay. Alright, well, we'll hang on to that security guard if we can. There we go. Because we can then employ it on the train that runs into Curitiba. that way. In fact, let's actually set that line up now. Now that we have wood going in, let's set that line up. So this one wants to go into Curitiba on platform 1, the top platform, and wants to leave here on platform 4. There we go. And there's the security guard. New applicant engineer. Maintenance requires 20%. No goods for that train just yet, so that might have been a waste of money. Ugh, hope not. I was just looking to see if I did actually set that train up. I did. It's there. I'm going to put in some straight track here so that I can put in a supply tower. There we go. No, don't have enough money. Okay, let's take out that supply tower. It's in use, apparently. Ah, that train's about to use it, that's why. Okay. I'll have to wait a moment, but we're going to drop in a supply tower here and then sell the other one for the same amount of money, 30 grand. He has no demand for wood at this stage. Okay. That is troubling. Okay, let's change the line. So he's going to the warehouse, then we'll send him out to coal farm. Back to the warehouse. There we go. So he'll alternate between the two, and hopefully that'll be okay. Come on, give me a bit of cash. God, it's September already, look, and we still haven't even started building our connection. We've got a connection bonus over there to look at. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Okay, now I can afford to put in that supply tower. It's only going to give me 3 lines, not all 4. Why is that? Ah, go away. Ah, now I can't make the change I need to over here. Oh, it's frustrating with this game at times. Right, what's this connection bonus we've got? Connect to Rio. Get 103 grand as a bonus for that. That's tempting. What's the other one? Looks like the other one's expired already. We've got a conductor. That train's already got one. This train doesn't know. Now he does, and let's upgrade the train. We'll do the same on this one as soon as we get a little bit more cash. We'll upgrade the train, make it faster, more efficient. I need 54,000 before I can do this. Because although we'll get a refund on the difference between the two trains, especially when we're scrapping the old train, we still need to have the initial total amount first. There we go. So we actually had to pay 12 grand there. Lots of trains now saying no suitable freight. It's not good. I'm going to upgrade our freight train here in a moment. I'm going to get the passenger train upgraded first. Okay. When's that bonus run out? April 11th. Yeah, we're going to do it. I'm going to take the money. Just going to go with a single platform to start with. And we can expand that. And that's going to roll in here on the passenger line. Like so. Stop messing me around. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to minimise those earthworks where I can. Even if it only saves me, you know, pennies on the dollar. You know, it all adds up. So I need 87,000 there. Now it's expensive to do this, but we'll get most of the money back for creating this connection, and more importantly, we'll be able to start shifting goods, you know, this way. You know, mainly passengers just to start with, but freight going forward as well. So I need 87,500. Okay. Oh, we've got the fastest train now that we've upgraded. Still don't have a supply tower over here. Okay, and there's still no demand for freight on this, so we're going to take that train off because it's just wasting money at the moment. We'll get a refund. Are we having the same problem with the wood train? We are. So again, we're just going to scrap it, make some money back. I'd love to put in a maintenance point at the warehouse. Well, we don't need to. There we go. Bonus payment received. Excellent stuff. That will help. So first thing I need to do over here is upgrade this to a 2-track station. If we want to start running regular services, we need to have a dual line, really. I'll run that in there like that. It's another 87 grand. Oof. That's expensive. We're almost there. It's not too bad. Come on, come on, come on. I need multiple sort of cities connected to promote growth. Which is why I'm having to spend money over here that I don't really want to spend. Just so I can try and stimulate growth in my 2 main cities, which are going to be my main hubs. I can't even afford the cross piece. There we go. Switch out over here. Even though I don't have any intention of using that there at the moment, I want that to be there, so I have the option in the future. There we go. That's the main one that's going to get used. And what was there? Oh, that's coffee, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. That's part of our mission objective, is to deliver 24 loads of coffee to Porto Alegre. Right, where are my passenger services? We've got this one coming in. So it starts in Sao Paulo, goes to Curitiba, goes back to Sao Paulo, goes to Rio on the bottom line, goes back to Sao Paulo, save and exit, done. This one, back to Sao Paulo, to Curitiba, to Rio, and back to Sao Paulo to start again, done. There's a third one, there it is, back to Sao Paulo, to Rio, done. Okay, got my freight train there. I'm going to run a single freight train from Sao Paulo to Rio. Rio needs to go in on platform 2, which is the upper line. And I want it to leave our freight platform, which is that one there, so that's good. Route options, freight only. I can't afford the train. I could afford the train a moment ago, but I can't now. Let's assign the security guard. There we go. Now I can afford the train. I'm going to kit some Maya. There we go. Now we can get meat being delivered out this way. So that again will hopefully promote a little bit of growth in Sao Paulo. I know we still don't have a supply tower down here. It's not really causing major problems at the moment, so it is what it is. Mass production. Reduce the purchase price of new locos. It'd be nice. Can I get some cash in? I couldn't get there in time. That train's broken down from bad condition. Okay, I'm going to need another repair fix thing. Am I just not getting a demand? Yeah, there's just no demand, I think. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, look, we're full on beer. There's no demand for it anywhere at the moment. Oh, they want beer as well, damn it. I see, I only have one city that doesn't produce beer. That's a beer producing city over there as well. Alright, let's get our station in place. And let's check out this personnel while we're waiting for that money to go up. Headhunter, inventor, promoter. Oh, yes. Let's promote Sao Paulo. Excellent. Maybe that'll trigger a bit of growth. Ooh. No suitable freight, so we're now taking cows faster than we can deliver them. Okay, that's a problem. Which means I need another train on this line here. That's too long. That's long enough. Is that train going to get through? Or is it going to be cancelled and restarted. It's through. It's okay. Okay, good. We need to duplicate this train here. Okay, right. That's the problem. That's why that train is saying no suitable freight, because all the cows in our warehouse have been delivered. It's empty. Oh, no, 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 no. I know where I've gone wrong. Oh, I can't believe I made this mistake. I didn't activate the other goods. I usually do this right at the very beginning. Actually, no, let's delete that one. Not having coffee delivered in there. Wool. There we go. Increase our storage. I'm such a muppet. I can put that line back in now. I will just do that because those lines are going to be... Oh, go away. Are going to be a lot slower. Is that it? £7 for that passenger train. That's terrible. It's because some people aren't getting off, you see. Some people are actually riding all the way along the line. That's why I don't see any of the carriages being added. You know, it's people getting off one carriage and onto another one. Right. Let's get that Kitson-Meyer back up and running again. Put a bit of speed on that one. Ooh. Berkshires. Faster trains, yes. We need faster trains. It's February and I still haven't even started my route out to Porto Alegre. This is not good. This is not good at all. What was I in the middle? I was in the middle of doing something a moment ago and I don't remember what it was. Before I forget, there need to be signals here and there. Just for future when we start running different trains on the services, because I will forget to put them in. Oh yeah, I needed money to drop in my station. Now this, I really don't know how I'm going to go about doing this. Do I want to connect up to David's farm over here? It's a dual track station, so we could potentially run through there. But I think what might be a more efficient use of our time is to what might be a more efficient use is to actually take a diversion, go a longer way around where the gradients aren't so steep. Let's drop this in. Let's drop it in there like that. We can always work it a different way if we need to. This is going to need to go in on the same platform as that, so we've got at least got a single through connection. You see, that wants to build a bridge and then a tunnel and then another bridge, and it's all very, very expensive. I can get rid of the bridge, but it just makes the tunnel bigger. I can try and change the height a little bit and go through maybe a shallower bit there, but again I get tunnels. That's 393. Oh, hello. We had it 280 for a second there. Oh, 17% gradient, no wonder. Yeah, that's too steep. Even 9% is a bit steep. Ugh. This is not pleasant, trying to figure this out. Let's put multiple points in here so I can try and play about with different heights on different parts of the line. Let's bring that one down a bit. Okay, so it's 370,000. It might just have to be a very steep line. $300,000. It's not just building the route though, I've also got to deliver a lot of coffee. 24 loads of coffee, which is 3 full trains. That's our closest coffee plantation, but we do have another one over there, so if worse comes to worse we can always send an emergency train from over there. But I think that might be the best we're going to get in terms of a connection. A steep incline. We'll have to rework this line at some point in the future. It looks like it's going up. It is. It's because of the tunnel costs. That's an incredibly steep piece of track. Anything I can do to lessen that gradient is going to help. I was trying to put a bridge in, and I don't want the bridge because the bridge is going to be very expensive. If I loop that around like that. Make the incline a bit more gradual. That's a 3 and a 4% gradient, 5%, 2%, 4%. That's actually not too bad, and it's not that much more expensive than it was earlier. That's what we're going to go with. So we need to raise, and quickly, $300,000. Very quickly we need to raise that money. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. I really don't. That train's being serviced. Oh, 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 oh. I know why my trains are getting gunked up. If you look here, look, these trains, they should be able to go straight through, but they can't. And the reason is, I never signalled this part of the line. So, this train here is just taking complete ownership. Because it's on the way into the station. It owns the entire run. So the second it hits this direction, it stops anything else from going in on the platform in front of it. So we need to put in signal markers to stop that from happening. We need to do the same over here. It's not really an issue over here yet, but going forward it would be. But also just so I can space out the trains a bit better. Because we're going to have more than one train on the line as well, don't forget. So let's drop in our directional signal there and our stop signal there. See, he's just sat there ready and waiting. Can't move. And at the moment he still can't. But if we multi-signal this, all of a sudden Loads of places for him to be able to get into. This train will then get held up. That's our freight train. Do we have a... Oh, we had a single freight train, didn't we? Yeah. The freight train will get through. And the passenger trains can all start moving straight away. Do we have a supply tower on this line? Anywhere? No, we don't. We are going to need a supply tower. Which I can't quite afford. Surprise, surprise. But that's where we'll stick it. So immediately, we should start to see some movement from our trains. There we go. They're all being held up because I forgot to signal the expansion. Building construction. Let's drop in that supply tower quickly. Just in time because he needs it. And if we go back down the line, there is the passenger train that was held up in the station. That can now move. So, I wonder why my money had slowed down a bit. It's because all my trains were being completely screwed over because of the lack of signalling outside of Sao Paulo on the way to Rio. That's all been fixed. See, he's now waiting for the platform in front of him to be cleared off, which is this train here, being serviced. As soon as that turns around, it'll free up this one. That one actually needs to have a refrigeration car for when it takes meat the other way. Sao Paulo has grown, look, it's 2 blocks now. Curitiba hasn't yet. Okay. But once we connect up this way, it will. So I just need to start raising cash, and quickly. This train still has no suitable freight. Well, maybe this time it will. We've got wood and we've got cows in there. Let's see if it actually picks anything up this time. We need this train to start making money for us again because we need the freight income. We desperately, desperately need the freight income. Why has he stopped? What's he waiting on? Oh, I've got the same issue over here, look. That same signalling problem I mentioned is, hitting us over here as well. So I'll put a stop point there. So there we go, it's going to increase the number of cows in there. Now we can move in. Yes, he's loading up. Okay, so he's now going to start making money again. Good. That's 72 grand. We are slowly getting there. I would love to start making some changes to this to incorporate it into this line running down this way, but I can't because I need to keep the planning for this line free. I spent all that time working out where the route was going to go. I now can't build any other routes until that one is in place, or else I'm going to lose all that planning. So I just have to basically sit here now and try and wait for the money to roll in. I've got conductors available. Let me go through my trains. Find my passenger trains. There's one. That has a conductor. That one has a conductor. This one doesn't though. Ooh, and they get on as well. Fantastic. That'll improve passenger rating and reliability up to 170%. Look at that. That's fantastic. Do we have long-running freight trains that need a security guard? Because I have one available. Joshua Forest Isles to the warehouse. No. Soy fattening to the warehouse. No. Soy fattening. No. No. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So I've got one more security guard available than I actually need at the moment. That's fine. Just won't hire him. Cash-wise, we're up to 160 and climbing. We're slowly getting there. It's going to be a mad scramble to get this coffee delivered once the line is in place, because I am going to need a passing loop somewhere on here as well. What I might well do is I might just repurpose that train. Temporarily. Once the line's up and running. So, nothing more I can do now, basically, until that cash rolls in. So, I'm going to end the episode here and just keep this running until we get to the cash that we need. I will be back with another episode of Railway Empire Crossing the Andes very soon.